Hi everyone, welcome. In this video, I am going to show you how to print even and odd numbers from an array. Let's suppose we have an array of 5 elements and let's say this is our array of 5 elements, and you can see the length of the array is 5 and the index starts with 0 and ends with 4. We have 5 elements. So what we wanted to do from this is we wanted to uh, find the even numbers and odd numbers from this array. For that, what we are going to do is we'll extract one element from each from the array, with the help of index. We'll extract one element from the array and we'll verify whether it is an even number or odd number. And how are we going to do that is we will divide that number by 2, and if it leaves the remainder as 0, then we'll say that it is an even number, and if it leaves remainder as 1, then we'll say that as an odd number. We'll display that as an odd number. This is what we are going to do now, and this we are going to follow for all the elements in the array. Let's write the Java program for the same. Let me name my class as even odd digits in array. We'll declare an array of integers and we'll have some values here, some 4, 9, the same value 16, 25 and 36. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we'll have an index. We'll write a for loop which starts with index 0, and till it should continue till the length of all till my all the elements in the array are done, completely read. For that we'll use length variable of the array to find the length. So this returns as the length of the array, that is 5. And here within this loop, what we are going to do is we are going to write a condition. If my a of I, meaning a of each element from the array, we are dividing it the element by 2 and verifying if the remainder is 0. If the remainder is 0, we can say that it is an odd even number. So for that, we'll actually what we'll do is we'll say first we are going to print even numbers. So for that, even numbers in the array, we'll print that, and here we'll actually print the even numbers. Here we are not going to write println. We are going to have even numbers in one line. So I am removing this ln system.out.print, and here we are going to print the number element from the array. So this prints us the even numbers from the array. And now how are we going to print the odd numbers is we'll just copy the same thing here, and then we'll say odd numbers in the array, or here we are going to just change this. If the element when divided by 2, if it leaves the remainder as 1, then we can say that it is odd number. So we are going to just change this logic, this condition, and if it is 1, we are going to print them as the odd numbers in the array. You can see uh, only two for loop, we used two for loops to read the array, once for reading even number, and second time we are using it for reading the odd numbers, for displaying the odd numbers. Now what we are going to do is yeah, we can just run this and verify now. So you can see here this loop runs for with starts from 0 and a dot length is 5, so it should run for I less than 5. So it should run for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see here it starts with index 0 and ends with the index 4. So it reads for all the elements in the array, and for the first time what happens, let's say for example it is 4. 4 divided by 2, it leaves remainder 2, so it prints 4. And then what happens, 9. It goes back and for loop, and for the second time a of 1 less than 5, and a of 1 is 9, 9 percentile 2 1. So this time the condition failed, so it skips, it will not print it as the even number. 16 is an even number, so this times the condition will be true, 16 will be displayed as an even number, and so on till the elements in the all the elements in the array are completed. Once they are done, it comes out of the loop and it starts displaying the odd numbers. For that, we are having the condition as the same for loop, like we are going to loop it for all the indexes starting from 0 till the fourth index, and we are going to check the same. The condition here we are going to check is when divided by 2. So the element when divided by 2, we should have the remainder as 1. Then we will print that number as the odd number. This is what we did now. Now let's run this and verify. And you can see here even numbers in the array are 4, 16 and 36, and odd numbers in the array are 9 and 25. So we are getting everything in the same line, as we didn't use a println in the system.out. So what we are going to do is we'll write system.out.println here, so that a line will be a new line character will be displayed, and then we'll have the odd numbers in a new line, and you can see that here now. So this is how we can print the even numbers and odd numbers in an array. And if you observe here, we are using two for loops. One for loop for printing the even numbers in the array, and a second for loop to print the odd numbers in the array. Even though we have single array, we are actually using two for loops. Like we are reading the same array two times. Now let us try to make this more optimized. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just comment this. Before commenting, I'll take this only one for loop, and we'll try to optimize the code, and we'll try to achieve this using one for loop. So here you can see I have copied this. Now what happens is it, so for loop it starts with index 0 and 0 less than 5, you can see here. So for the first time it comes and verifies for the first element 4. Then we'll print the 4 as even number. Now so I didn't comment this. So even numbers, we are going to print even numbers now. Even number is printed. Now let's go to the second one, I plus plus. So index has become 1 now, 1 less than 5. It enters into the loop, and a of 1 is 9. 9 percentile 2 is 1. So it leaves remainder as 1. So it ignores it, and we didn't have anything after if loop. So it goes back and to the for loop. Instead, what we'll do is we'll write a else condition here, meaning we are going to uh, write something here, and then that we are going to use it to capture the odd numbers. So we know that if a number is divided by 2, if it leaves remainder as 0, then it is an even number. But if it else in the sense it is not 0, meaning it is 1. So what we are going to do here is else it is definitely odd number. So what we are going to do here is, let me declare we have a class in Java called string builder. Let me create an object for the string builder, and we are going to use this string builder object, which has like many built-in methods within it, which are used to perform string operations. And why we are having this string builder object is, now we'll see that. So there is a method in string builder called append. We are going to use that method append, and what we are going to do is we are going to print the number here, element in the array, like this. So that what happens is, if the number is not even, so if it is even, we understood that, and we are printing the even numbers here, even numbers in the array. If you see here, we enter into the loop, and if it is even number, we are going to print the even number, and we are going to give some space after printing the one even number. Now, how about if the element in the array is odd number? Then what we are going to do is, then it comes into the else part, and what this append method is going to do is, it is gonna add the content, whatever we are passing it as a parameter. It is going to append the content to this string builder object. For the first time, it will not have anything, so it will just add it to the nothing. So 9 will be added and a space will be given here like this, 9 and space. And then 16 is, so for loop, so I will be incremented to 2, and this time a of 2 is 16 percentile to 0, so it will print the even number. Here it will print 4 and 16. Now a of 3, I is incremented, so 3 less than 5, and a of 3 is 25 percentile 2 is 1, so condition fail. It comes to the else loop, and you can see here sb dot append method, it appends or adds the content whatever is coming to the existing content. So it will add 25 here to the existing content. This is what happens. Next, I plus plus. So 4, index 4 less than 5, and you can see it enters into this loop. It prints the 36 value here. This is what happens. And if you observe, we are not printing these odd numbers. We are just uh, having the string builder object, and we are only appending the content to this object. Now let's print this uh, string builder object, so that we will see the odd numbers. So for that, what we are going to do is, once we are done with the for loop, come out of the loop, and we'll say sysout of system.out.println odd numbers in the array plus string builder object. So string builder object has the content of odd numbers. This is what we built here in this else loop. Then once we are done with this entire for loop, we are going to print that string builder object, so that all the odd numbers which we stored here in this object gets displayed. That's all. Now let us execute this and verify. And you can see here even numbers got printed, 4, 16, 36, and odd numbers as 9 and 25. Here also same. What we are going to do is, we are going to write one system.out.println, so that a new line character will be displayed, and you can see even numbers and odd numbers in two separate lines. Yeah, you can see it here, even numbers and odd numbers. So what did we do here? In the first method, we used two for loops to print, one for printing even numbers, and second one to print the odd numbers. And to make it more efficient, and we optimized it using string builder object. And what did we do here? Using one for loop, while reading each element in the array, if it is even, we are going to print it then and there. And if it is odd, then we are going to have a string builder object and use the append method, and we are passing the element of the array to that object, string builder object. And this we are going to repeat for all the elements in the array. Once we are done, we will print the odd numbers with the system.out.println at the end. This is how we can actually find the even numbers and odd numbers in a given array. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.